I obviously went to cinema a few times.
I have also been to the cinema once.
Should we do the one that we've both done first?
Yes.
Do you want
Let's do
to
that.
introduce this segment?
Now it's time for Liam/Ellie went to the cinema, and here's the spoiler-free review of the stuff that they saw at the cinema.
Right. We saw Justice League, not together, separately.
Nope, separately. We're going to do a special on it, so...
I mean, you promised that, but we'll see.
We are going to do a special on it.
Okay, so long-time listeners will know that we had a huge disagreement over Batman vs Superman. There's a whole special about us just literally arguing about the fact that I liked it and you didn't, right?
Yeah, we argue a lot, but that episode is probably... I don't think we fall out, per se.
No.
But we are definitely completely polar opposite on that film.
Yeah. So basically, from my viewpoint, Justice League is the movie that we've got because so many people kicked up a fuss about Batman vs Superman, so I hope all those people are pleased with themselves.
And my viewpoint is that's a ridiculous attitude to have because that's not how life works. You don't just get... When people complain, you don't just get the opposite of it, and that's it.
Look, all those complaints made Warner Brothers very nervous.
That's the thing. Yes, 100% I agree with you. All the complaints have affected this film, but this film is not the result of those complaints. This isn't them looking at those complaints and going, okay, how do we fix that? Because they have not addressed those issues. As someone who hated
what they've done is made it even
don't
worse.
say, are we happy with ourselves? Because no, we wanted them to make a different film that they still didn't make. That's the thing, is Warner Bros. Apparently just cannot understand what is wrong with the DC Universe at the moment.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's that they started off by kind of sort of trusting Zack Snyder. Like with Man of Steel, right? That came out, and I feel like that came out kind of before the MCU really established itself as a thing.
Yeah, where did that fall in the MCU?
Hang on. So Man of Steel was 2013. So we'd had the MCU for a little bit.
Yeah, so it's early doors MCU before it got as juggernauty as it is now.
I think we'd had the first Avengers film by then. But what I'm saying is Man of Steel doesn't feel like it's trying to set up a universe in the same way that
Man of
Iron Man
Steel, even
does.
though I hated it, even though I did not like Man of Steel, it is one of the DC films that, whilst it now ties into the universe, it did feel very much like here's a Superman film.
Yeah, exactly. And it felt like that's kind of... Zack Snyder was given free rein to do what he wanted with that. Then I remember us discussing on a super early episode, them announcing Batman vs Superman, and us both being like, this doesn't sound like a good idea. It sounds like they're trying to rush this whole universe building thing, blah, blah, blah. And we both had concerns. Then obviously it happened. I super liked it. You super didn't. That's fine. But from that, you then saw this weird trickle-down effect, right? Where Suicide Squad, I think, was the next one. That got cut to pieces by the studio who got involved.
Yep.
Then I think there was a glimmer of hope with Wonder Woman, where it felt like they kind of let Patty Jenkins do what she wanted to do. And that's what I think it comes down to, and I think that's what Marvel do well, is they let the directors do what they want to do. And obviously you had the whole Ant-Man issue where that wasn't working, but take Thor Ragnarok, for example, that very much feels like the director's vision. I feel like Justice League is a very compromised version of Zack Snyder's vision. And one of the things that I was so excited about with Batman vs Superman was that it felt like he was looking at a bigger picture in a way that wasn't entirely clear by the time Batman vs Superman came out. It was just... It was like there was loose threads that I was looking forward to seeing how they would develop further down the road. And then Warner Brothers have just swung in with their massive dick, flopped it out on the table and just gone, fuck you, we're doing our own thing. And it's just... It's not awful, it's bland. It's very average.
I actually wonder... I think it would be interesting if me and you redid the discussion on BVS now with Justice League in mind, because I do remember, I know that you also liked a lot of what the film did anyway, but there were definitely some of the bits that annoyed me more that were me being like, I think this is them just trying to rush out Justice League and I don't think they're setting it up well, and you being like, well, I've got a little bit of faith that they might pull it off.
Yeah.
So I would be interested in seeing whether your score dropped, not a huge amount, but whether it would drop because some of the, like you say, some of those threads that you were like, oh, no, cool,
if anything,
they're setting it up.
If anything, I think my score would stay the same. I would just be disappointed knowing that potential wasn't realised, because what I liked was just that idea that it felt like it was building to something. And
then you've now seen what it was building to, and it turns out...
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily kind of affect how I feel about the potential of it building.
All right, fair enough. That's fair.
But yeah, I feel like Justice League, just super average. It's
yeah, that's the thing. Is
it should have been good.
Yeah, after the film finished, I turned to both the friends I was with, Sam and Rowden, and I said, that was a bad film. I didn't enjoy it. And honestly, throughout it, I was yawning. There were a lot of scenes where I was bored, like genuinely bored.
Yeah.
Just had no interest in what was going on the screen. But then I think, the worst thing is because then, Rowden said, I didn't think it was bad. It's just not good.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? That's probably it.
Yeah.
It's not that the film itself is boring when you just look at the film, but because I love superheroes and want DC to do good,
you have
the
high
fact
expectations.
that they aren't doing it, you're actually just, when you see the scenes that might not be awful but aren't great, you're sitting there going, you could do this so much better, which makes it worse.
Yeah. We'll dig into it more in our special.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
To kind of sum up my thoughts on it, I really like the cast they've assembled. I think they've assembled a great cast. I just don't think that cast had a good story to tell here.
Yeah, that does feel like mainly what it is.
Yeah, I'd give it 3 out of 5, and that is being generous.
I'd give it a 2, and I think I'm being generous.
Fair enough.